This is the story of an ordinary little girl. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lost her mother when she was young. She lived happily with her father. In the embrace of her father's boundless love, the little girl grew up in the blink of an eye. One day, her father told her that he would bring her a new mother, and the little girl's eyes were full of anticipation. Yes, the stepmother looked noble and beautiful. The little girl thought to herself that she must be a kind-hearted mother. The stepmother also brought two beautiful sisters who were about her age, and they were adorable. Before long, Dad left for his business trip, just as he usually does. Unfortunately, during this journey, her father fell gravely ill and passed away, leaving her heartbroken. The little girl was devastated. Her stepmother immediately forced her out of her own bedroom and made her live in the cold, dirty attic. The attic was filthy, and the girl was always covered in dust and ashes. Her stepmother and stepsisters cruelly gave her the nickname Cinderella. Cinderella also had to do many household chores like a servant. Despite the hardship, Cinderella still faced life with an optimistic attitude. She not only treated her stepmother's pet cat Lucifer well, but also made two new friends, the Mouse Jack and the Mouse Gus. Cinderella could never understand why her stepmother treated her in a way that others could not tolerate. Even so, she still loves life and never forgets to love herself. One day, a great announcement echoed through the palace. The prince would choose his bride at the upcoming ball, and all eligible young women in the kingdom were invited to attend. Of course, Cinderella's family was also invited. Her stepmother was very excited holding the invitation card. She hoped that her two daughters could become the prince's bride. On the night of the ball, the stepmother only took her two daughters to the prince's ball, but left Cinderella at home. They also laughed at her for her mediocre appearance and dirty clothes, saying that the prince would never let such a girl become his bride. Cinderella sat alone in the garden. She thought of her father and mother, and the more she thought about it, the sadder she became. At this moment, a cloud of smoke appeared in front of Cinderella's eyes, and an old lady with silver hair appeared in the smoke with a pair of transparent wings behind her. Just when Cinderella was at a loss, the fairy godmother told her that she was willing to help Cinderella attend the prince's ball. Hope ignited in Cinderella's heart, but she told the fairy godmother that she had no beautiful clothes or shoes, or even a carriage. How could she get to the palace, which was so far away? With a swift wave of her wand, the fairy godmother dressed Cinderella in a beautiful gown, and of course, a stunning pair of new shoes. They looked absolutely breathtaking. Meanwhile, outside in the courtyard, a magnificent golden carriage slowly approached. The fairy godmother told Cinderella that it was made from a pumpkin and her good friends, the mice Jack and Gus. However, there was no coachman. At this time, the stepmother's pet cat told Cinderella that it would be happy to become her coachman and take her to the prince's ball. The fairy godmother waved her hand and reminded Cinderella to be sure to return home by midnight, as the magic would end at the stroke of 12. Cinderella's kindness is like a warm glow, radiating a soft, captivating light that illuminates her entire being. The moment she entered the ball, everyone noticed her. Especially the prince, who was captivated by the unique charm that Cinderella possessed. Naturally, her stepmother and stepsisters didn't recognize her at all. The prince had no idea who this charming girl was, but he couldn't take his eyes off her. They danced all night and fell in love. When the clock struck midnight, Cinderella rushed out of the palace, and in her haste she left behind one of her glass slippers. The prince chased after her, but Cinderella had already disappeared. Only one of Cinderella's glass shoes was left on the ground. The prince declares that he will marry the woman whose foot fits the glass slipper. He and his men begin searching the kingdom. When the glass slipper was delivered to Cinderella's home, her two sisters were very excited. However, no matter how hard they tried, no one could put it on. Finally, Cinderella tried on the glass slippers and they fit perfectly. Everything seemed perfect. The prince recognized Cinderella as the girl at the ball. Cinderella married the prince and became a princess, and lived a happy life with the prince from then on. Cinderella's story teaches us 6 important lessons. First, be punctual. Cinderella knew the importance of being on time. When the clock struck midnight, she hurried away because she understood that timing is everything. Second, always maintain a good appearance. Cinderella dressed beautifully for the prince's ball, and her stepmother and stepsisters didn't recognize her because she usually wore dirty clothes and neglected her appearance at home. This teaches us that it's important to always be mindful of our appearance. No one is likely to discover how exceptional you are on the inside if your outward appearance is unkempt. Third, stepmothers aren't always bad. They may not always seem kind, but they deeply love their own children. They're not bad people. They just haven't yet learned to love others the way they love their own. Fourth, friends are essential. Although Cinderella had a fairy godmother, she couldn't have succeeded without friends. We all need friends, even if they aren't magical. They help us achieve our dreams, just as Cinderella did. Fifth, love yourself. Despite not having a mother's love and being neglected by her stepmother, Cinderella still cherished herself. That self-love fueled her determination to chase her dreams. If you ever feel unloved, focus even more on loving yourself and create the opportunities you deserve. Sixth, mistakes are inevitable. Even the greatest writers make them, like how the magic disappeared after midnight, but the glass slipper remained unchanged. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's part of the journey, and you can always strive to do better. Dear children, no matter how harsh the circumstances, always remain kind, strong, and never give up. Just like Cinderella, who, despite the hardships she faced, never lost her belief in goodness and continued to look forward to a brighter future. In the end, it was her kindness and strength that helped her achieve her dreams and find the happiness she deserved. Remember, you too have that same power within you. As long as you don't give up and keep kindness in your heart, there will always be a chance to turn the tide in your favor.